don't care about the fact that I'm going through the bins. In fact, I relish it.
I bin dive for pure joy. I feel like it's a lifestyle for me and a lifestyle for my family. We're scavengers by nature, and so it's just something that we're pretty good at.
I bin dive for the excitement.
Look at all these garlics.
The idea that you can find something that's for some reason has been thought to not be worth anything.
It's so exciting, you know. You get in there and like you find something delectable and you have a little bit of a nibble, and you know, if it's something you haven't eaten before, you can just get a bit overexcited.
I can't remember when I started bin diving, but it was probably maybe 5 years ago.
I remember thinking about the idea of it and being like, oh, that's gross. Like, how are you going to get food out of the bin when it's filled with garbage and trash?
I remember around the time my sister was doing it, it just became so regular that it was just like going shopping. Like most people go and do their weekly shop, we just do our weekly bin here.
Yeah, I started bin diving about 6 years ago. It was a friend of mine and he had a van and was just like going out and filling it with food. We'd hop out and everyone was kind of like on edge, like looking around to make sure no one was spotting us, and it's like as close to being a criminal without actually properly breaking the law, which is kind of fun, and you kind of enjoy that when you're a kid as well, where you're like sneaking into places you're not supposed to be. That night just like reignited something that had laid dormant since I was a kid.
Well, a typical bin diving night might start with definitely like a group text, who's coming, who's home. And we'll get maybe 3 of us together, we get a time, 7 o'clock. We've got a car, and then we've got like a circuit that we do.
First you have to go to the bread bin, because that's the best bin, and you get all the good stuff. You get the good bread, you get the rye bread, you get the Danishes and the Frions and whatever. You get all the good stuff. After you've hit the bins for a while, you sort of know where the good food is.
If it's not warm, so you're out of business.
Then we go up the road and get dairy and other treats.
Bread is a given, and there's dairies like happens often, and then there's just wild cards. And you always find something that's like random.
When I first started eating out of the bin, like I was kind of horrified, and I'd be like, oh, that's disgusting, oh, let's move on, or I'm not getting in the bin. And then as you do it more and more, your levels of hygiene drop, and you become less concerned with that and more concerned with, man, I've got to get more.
So this is the sushi bin. This is a really good bin. This is flatter.
Oh, yes. Is that fish or is that chicken? Damn. What am I talking about?
Sometimes it's a big deal, like it's like there's a lot of anticipation now because you're putting a lot of time into it. You're hoping to get something good out of it. When you lift the lid, if there is something good, it's just an amazing feeling of like, yes, we've struck gold straight away. Sometimes it's just like bags or just general waste sort of stuff, and you're like, I've got a bad feeling about this, but I'm gonna go digging and find out. Digging through is a big fun part of it because it's like you're never sure if like this next thing that you grab is gonna have something really cool under it, and it's like when you lift something up and you see something really cool there, it's like, yes. Bin diving and Also just rummaging around in general is useful for that because you find bits and pieces that can be pulled apart and turned into other things. It's all like possibly useful, but it may take a couple of years for it to find its use. Earplugs. Found this axe, fitness things as well. Some bolt cutters. These clamps are all from bins. Want to learn bass guitar or harmonica? These are disc locks for a motorbike. Bedding. These are steel cap boots. They're women's cycling shoes. These are cool. Remote control Lego car. Breezy bright LED. Level. One of these. I think it's tied into something bigger than just bin diving. I think it's like just a curiosity with how things work and where things go. And as long as I've got that, I'll keep bin diving.
It's not like you get a sense of satisfaction from being like, oh, I'm acting in a sustainable and ethical manner. Like that's like a more abstract thing. But like what's tangible is just the dopamine of like getting something free. I think as I get older, I'd probably do it more.
I just bought some property, and that's because I'm scabby. You don't have to buy everything. You can be resourceful and you can live the dream that everyone's aspiring to be. When I build my house, I plan to scavenge all those materials as well. And I plan to keep scavenging till like the day I die.